Hello and welcome to For Yoga Teachers. Today we're looking at how to teach private yoga sessions. So how to structure your class, where to teach it, how to take payment, and so on. Next week, we will look at how much to charge. This must be one of the questions that I get asked the most. So we'll look at building a pricing matrix so that you'll never wonder what to charge again. And finally, the third and the last of the three-parter will be building a solid private yoga client base, looking at how to advertise, how to onboard clients, how to keep regular clients and pick up one-offs and so on. But first, back to this episode. So this is where we're going. Getting to know your client, taking payment from your client, deciding where to teach the lesson, preparing and structuring the lesson itself, and then doing something that boosts your self-esteem. Okay, let's go. Get to know your client. Remember that the third and last of this three-parter is building your private yoga client base. So in that episode, we will look at finding clients. But for now, let's assume that someone has found you and your first step is to get to know them so that the first lesson and hopefully ongoing lessons are perfect for them. So your intake form is really important. And the great news is that we have a template for you in our free ebook, a complete guide to teaching private yoga lessons. You can get yours in the show notes. You want to know about your client's background, how much yoga they've done before, because this will help you with the challenge level and with your cueing. You want to know why they want to do private yoga lessons. The reason for your client working with you will be very informative as to how long you'll think you'll work together and what to do on your first lesson and on subsequent sessions too. Take payment. Hear me, yoga teacher. Hear me loud and clear. From experience, this step is non-negotiable. I know it's so hard to ask for money. And I know that you're sharing yoga because you love it and you know that it's transformative and life-changing. But still, you must be paid and you must be paid in advance. If someone is unwilling to pay in advance, they don't get to work with you, and that's that. Yoga is freely available in books in libraries. It's available on YouTube for free. There's decently priced online memberships. Most studios have a week deal or a month deal. So there are bargains out there to be had. Working with you one-on-one is a premium product and it's a choice, and the client pays in advance because of that. So yoga teacher, hear me loud and clear, get payment up front. How you take payment is up to you. There's some suggestions in our free ebook, and align your payment with your terms and conditions too. Decide where to teach the lesson. You could definitely argue that this would be a very sensible first step to do before onboarding a client. It'll be up to you as to whether you find a space first or you look for clients first. There's an argument for both. Getting a client first and taking payment then justifies your time searching for a suitable space, and you can look for a space with that client in mind. However, if you have the space first, then you can sell your private yoga slots knowing that you can 100% deliver on them. You can, of course, teach private yoga online too. You just need to check that your client has a suitable space for a yoga mat and that they have any equipment that they might need. For more about what to look for in your private yoga space, listen to episode 8, Renting a Space for Yoga, and there's a free checklist with that episode too. Prepare your lesson. Now that you know your client a little better, you've taken payment up front, and you've found the space, it's time to plan your lesson. But how much should you really plan it? Well, in an ideal world, I'd suggest having an intention for the session that links up with why the client is working with you. And you'd have an idea of how you're going to reach that intention. So, an idea for arriving and grounding, perhaps a vague flow or a main section of the class. It might be restorative, it might be yin. You might have some poses that you definitely want to include, and some poses that you think might add on nicely too. And then potentially a cool down and a shavasana, the length of which will also be fueled by the client's needs and your intention. You might have to take bits out, you might have to make bits longer or shorter, or add things in on the fly. But yoga teacher, remember, your client isn't there to test you on your class plan. They have no idea what's included in your class plan. If you make changes on the fly, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And if you completely change it, they will never ever know. It really doesn't matter. As long as your session is what they need. I'm just going to say that one more time. As long as the session is what they need, that is the highest priority. And I'm sure over time, you'll feel confident turning up to class with your intention and with a very vague idea of how you'll get there, and planning the class on the fly as you teach it. Do something that boosts your self-esteem. Right, this is also non-negotiable. I am no stranger to the fact that many yoga teachers struggle with imposter syndrome, which is why I created a whole free 3-day challenge. It's really hard to say. A free 3-day challenge called Shatter Imposter Syndrome. So I am predicting and expecting that in the run-up to especially the first private yoga session with a client, you might be wondering if you're up to it. So, hence, this step. Do something that boosts your self-esteem. Whether it's rereading testimonials from people who've been to your classes in the past, going to a yoga class yourself, developing a mantra, sitting in meditation, doing the breath of joy, whatever it is, make sure you keep your confidence high, because yoga teacher, you can do this. You really can. And I'm sure you're going to love it. Plus, when you show up for the session with confidence, your client will pick up on that confidence and they will feel confident in you, hopefully helping to build a long and fruitful relationship. Let's have a brief recap on those steps. Firstly, get to know your client, potentially through a call or an intake form or both. Secondly, take payment. This is really, really important. Thirdly, decide where to teach the lesson. Fourth, prepare the lesson, a nice, loose, flexible format. And fifth, last step, do something that boosts your self-esteem. Don't forget to get your free ebook, A Complete Guide to Teaching Private Yoga Lessons. And as always, happy teaching.